Hoi hoi hoi, hello hello. It is I, Renlex. I is back for stream. Yes, we're back again. Hooray! After I took a day off yesterday, because honestly, it got filled with a lot more stuff than I thought. So, I was not feeling great, and if it was at the end of the day where I would have had time, so I decided, you know what, no, I'm not gonna push myself to do the stream when I am still a little bit behind on a lot of stuff and not having the energy. So I decided, yep, nope, we're just skipping over and starting the week strong instead. But yeah, good news. I have been off the meds long enough. I feel like a lot of the fatigue that I'm going to assume it was the meds that were causing it at this point and doing jack shit other than that. So I have had a little bit more energy today, so that's good. Yay! But yeah, let's see. Yeah. Okay. So we're back with Kentucky Route Zero. Hope everybody's having a good old day, morning, evening, whatever it is in your time zone. Let's jump in so there's some background noise and you don't only have to listen to me, shall we? Yeah. Sounds good. Listening just to my voice gets very annoying. But yeah, oh, it's real nice weather out today, so been on a walk, which was nice. Been testing out the new shoe soles that I got. They were going to help me balance my feet a little bit more and make it so I could walk a little bit better. Hopefully, I haven't been able to test them too much over the weekend since I got them last Wednesday because I've just not had the energy to walk much. But now we're going to be able to try testing them out a lot more. Let's see. Alright, we were in the VCR building thing and we were doing tests and stuff to earn some money. I don't know how much money that's going to earn us. Probably not enough to pay down our debt to the distillery. But who knows? Maybe the distiller was joking about how expensive stuff was. Alright, everybody go left. Oh, look! Can you read the date? Damn, I can't read it either. It may not have even been current. I remember for a while we had a calendar up. I was years behind. I think Daryl liked the picture. What was it? Best friends. Every month there was a different pair of animals that were friends. That's adorable. I think I'm going to be sick. You don't remember that? That weird intern brought it in from home. What was his name? Who? Oh, you remember. He was always we would make fun of him for... Damn, he's almost completely gone from my brain. Too many interns coming and going, and I guess I didn't bother even remembering their names. I wonder who was working back then when this was recorded. Is there a tape of the monitoring room? Yeah, here it is. Oh, before we check that out, did you flip the calendar forward or backward? Backward. Oh, weird. They usually flip it forward. Haha, I was out of the norm. We always go backward. We always go left. Left is the good path. Aww, hello little friend. Hoi hoi Danla. Yeah, no, today's been good. Today's been good. I'm glad I skipped doing stream yesterday, but to make sure that I came back with energy. I've been feeling a little bit better. I think maybe the meds that were causing the fatigue. Because I have been feeling a lot better today. I've had a lot more energy. I've been able to get out of bed and stuff and do a couple of things. I've been able to go on a proper walk again. So I really do think that it was potentially the meds that were really causing me to have less energy and just feeling more down. So I am feeling a lot better today. I've been on walks and it's real nice weather outside. It's a full-on sun, no wind, just a very nice, good sun. So it's a good old Monday. I hope you're having a good Monday as well, even though it sounds like it's a busy day. Thanks for coming by. Enjoy lurk if you have time to lurk. There she goes. Wait, do you think? Did she follow them out? Oh, well, there's the last extended monitoring tape from the dock when they left. Oh, they've all become skeletons. Oh no. He told you he was one of those distillery guys. I guess you were right. These other guys came to pick him up for work, maybe. I don't like how they all hang out together. It's creepy. Yeah, hang out together and work together. Yeah, but it's not.
they're like more than co-workers. I don't know. I just get this awful feeling whenever I see them. Like I knew them once, but not anymore.
They're all the interns that had to start working at the distillery because you guys threw them out after using them and causing them to be exhausted and dead.
Like when they make up a dead person to look like an old photograph of themselves.
Sort of familiar, sort of strange.
Yeah, exactly. There ought to be a word for that.
Bye, kitty.
They look like nice enough people. I'm sure she's very happy with them.
Yeah. So, this has been a bit of a memory trip for you, huh? I bet you didn't expect these old tapes to stir up so much. How does it feel for these people to come up again? Weaver Marquez and Weisswill, I mean. And what was your boyfriend's name? The one who died in college?
Charlie, yeah. It's kind of a bittersweet experience, actually. Like looking at photographs of people who've died or moved away. People that are gone.
Gone, but not forgotten.
No, not forgotten. You're right.
I guess we had a fun time here. We hung out. We did some tests. Maybe we earned some money. Who knows at this point what actually happened. Time to get back on the Echo. We're going back on the river. We're floating by. Thanks, phone. I know I'm streaming. Look at those easels and tables on the beach over there. They call it an open-air gallery. Or probably something more upscale like Alfresco Galleria. They say it's a popular design in foreign cities. Like Paris and New York. That may be true. The appeal is clear enough, I guess. Anyone can wander in and out. There aren't any walls or doors. There's no roof either, just a kind of thin cloth membrane. Not quite a sheet or a tarp, but more like a drape of rolled out spiderweb. Looking like it might bunch up and dissolve if it ever got rained on. No concern down here for rain. Everybody thinks they're inside, just because they can't see the sky. But it's a microclimate down here, and it surely does rain. Right now, they're exhibiting some intimate photographs of small town life. The highlight of the show is a large print of an old man's face. There's one of a small girl playing in a puddle. Pictures all sort of run together. There's a small one of a girl playing in a puddle. She's got her back to the camera and she's fussing with something. Looking at her hands, maybe she's stuffing a message in a bottle or folding a paper boat. Reviews have been good. It's a popular show. Probably because of its relevance. The town depicted in these photos was very recently flattened to make way for a big museum project. Oof. That's unfortunate. Whee! We're on the river. Down, down, down by the river. Down, down, down by the river. Estra helped Kate forage for Estra is surely helping me look for mushrooms. You gotta find those mushrooms. You gotta find them so we can get power-ups. And we can become Super Mario. And get pasta power! No time for naps. We gotta have fun times going ashore randomly with the doggo to find some mushrooms. Oh, look, we found mushrooms. Mushrooms that grow out of the carcasses of spiders. She lit a second cigarette with the embers of the first one. She trembled, sweating a little. under a heavy coat. It was warmer near the doors. She was following directions. No smoking within 25 feet of the hospital entrance. Kate gently rolls a fallen branch and plucks something white from the underside. She holds it up for Ezra to examine. Pleurisibilla porinians. The common name is angel wings. Isn't it pleasant? They have a delicate springy texture and they're tasty like sweet moss. She stood by a hot dog cart parked at the edge of the sidewalk. Would you like a bite? Okay. The sweet moss doesn't sound very tasty to me. Personally, I like to be able to tell where my food came from by flavor alone. I like to taste my surroundings, It keeps me connected to the whole thing. My mushroom hunting mentor told me it's useless to pretend to know mushrooms. They escape your erudition. The more you know them, the less sure you feel about identifying them. She taps the cover of the small red book she's carrying. That's why I always bring my favorite guidebook. Kate points to a small mushroom growing in the dirt. Oh, here's an important one to recognize though. Look, see the sort of greenish pallor of the cap? Amanita phallidias? That's Greek. Amanita means mushroom and phallidias means, never mind. Can you eat it? It smells like honey. Only once. It's deadly poisonous. Deathcap, that's the common name. It's killed a lot of people. This little mushroom, including a few Roman emperors. It's a revolutionary. Even the Buddha died from eating a mushroom when he was very old. That's just what they do. Clear away old things, make room for new things. Pretty important, right? I've always thought they deserved a little more respect. Would you like to help me look for a few more? I have a sort of shopping list. Great. Look for, actually, just grab any mushrooms that catch your eye and throw them in this bag. Let me know when you're done and we'll see what you've got. Have fun. That's the second rule of mushroom hunting. The first rule is ask Kate before eating anything, okay? Ezra investigates a rotting stump. Ezra pokes around the base of a cypress tree. Ezra checks out the plastic bag washed up on the island. Kate kneels in the grass. Kate digs in a bare patch of dirt. Kate examines the tree roots. She spots a couple intriguing growths along the roots of the tree, a speckled white ball, and a cluster of softly glowing amber caps. Base of the cypress tree for you. A brownish clump of mushrooms feathers out from the base of the cypress tree, a few feet above. Several pale blue puffs cling to the trunk. The hot dog vendor tried to strike up a conversation with some immediately too personal questions. He didn't like to play in the house. It was always too cold. It seemed to store up the cold at night, then slowly discharge into his bones during the day, while the sun bounced feebly off the windows. She decided to give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he considered it part of his job. She thought to offer his customers some kind of counsel. That he liked to play in the woods behind the house. Maybe it was to salve his guilty conscience for selling junk food outside a hospital. Kate examines the speckled white ball. Kate examines the glowing amber caps. The woods were full of deer. Glowing amber caps. The mushrooms are sticky to the touch, like they're covered in smoldering honey. His dad said the deer liked the best to live on the edges of forests. Recent development in the area had created a lot of fresh edges, so they messed here and there and sometimes ran into the road. Kate cuts the bundle of mushrooms from the tree roots and puts them in her bag. We take that. Ezra crouches to get a closer look at the brownish clump. Ezra examines the blue puffs. Brownish clump. Kneels in the grass, digs in a bare patch of dirt. She'll dig in the bare patch of dirt. Ezra crouches to get a closer look at the brownish clump. The mushrooms look dried out and brittle, almost like tree bark. Kate digs in the bare patch of dirt. It's a bit muddy from flooding and the general dampness of the caves. She finds 2 promising specimens, a spotted brown cap and a dense bundle of dark ridges. He heard strange, gruff voices back in the direction of the house, and something that sounded like a choked sob or a sharp rebuke. He kept going. Had she ever tried any alternative medicines? Acupuncture, homeopathy, Ayurveda, magical thinking? Ezra tears off a piece of the mushroom, puts it in the bag. She said she'd never heard of any of those things. It fished a stray hot dog out of the pickle jar. Ezra tears off a piece of the mushroom, puts it in his bag. Ezra closes his eyes and listens to the water and the distant clicking of bats. Kate inspects the spotted brown cap, inspects a dense bundle of dark ridges. Spotted brown cap. At the bottom of the cap is covered in tiny tooth-like protrusions. Kate plucks the mushroom from the dirt and puts it in her bag. Kate leaves the dirt. Gotta bring that. Kate tries to wipe some mud off her boot. Wait. Kate plucks the mushroom from the dirt and puts it in her bag. Kate tries to wipe some mud off her boot. He tried on a protruding root and lay for a while in the mud, examining the pale upper branches of a sycamore tree, listening to the soft rumble of a faraway thunderstorm, then louder and closer. And his hair stood on end, and there was the bird. Oh, you got one? Let's see it. Ezra hands Kate the brittle brownish mushroom he took from the base of the cypress tree. Aha! Brown gold. Most people call this sheep's head, but in alternative medicine circles, it's better known by its Japanese name, maitake, the dancing mushroom. Apt because you do a happy little dance when you find one. It fights cancer, supports the immune system, regulates blood sugar, and tastes like eggplant. This one's a bit old and tough, but it's nothing that can't be solved with a lot of butter. Good find, Ezra. Here's my haul. Kate takes the spotted brown cap out of her bag. Okay, this one is called Bitter Hedgehog, and it's on my list. It's great for nausea, which is basically the #1 complaint of the pregnant women I treat. It tastes kind of like a black pepper. It's okay. I let it dry out so it's really tough, and they just chew on it like bubble gum. Oh, that's neat. Kate takes the bundle of amber caps from her bag. These ones are really cool. See how they kind of glow a little? It's not enough to find your way in the dark or anything, but still pretty amazing. Anyway, I make a tea out of them. Pretty good for headaches. Kate puts the mushrooms back into her bag. So, what do your parents do? For work, I mean. You have a brother out there somewhere? My dad used to sell windows. People were building a lot of new houses, and they needed a lot of windows. But when they stopped building houses, my mom worked at a bakery and a bar. Sometimes she would see the same people in the morning and the evening. The bakery closed and she doesn't work at the bar anymore, but she still goes there a lot to see her friends. Do you have a family? I almost had a baby once. I left home when I was very young. Not much older than you, actually. We do that one. I bounced around jobs and shelters and finally found my way down to the Echo River. Never looked back. Years later, my mother got sick and I tried to visit her, but it was too late. She was all spaced out on fevers and morphine. I think the second one is a lot sadder. I've basically been on my own since then. Well, that's not really true. Just about everyone who sets foot aboard the Mucky Mammoth feels like family to me now. I guess if nobody's family, then everybody's family. These are the only trees in this whole cave. Who planted them here? What's this island for? It looks like someone made it on purpose. Oh, right. It's kind of a nice, simple shape. Pleasantly minimal island geometry. Months later, she came across a book on homeopathic medicine in a used bookstore and bought it. I'm sure it could be natural, though. I mean, I don't know if the island itself is man-made or not, but she thought it was mostly bullshit, but found the author's notes on the unpredictability of mushrooms immediately compelling. Spiritual, even. I guess I don't know much about this place, really. It's supposed to be some kind of memorial to something. She started collecting mushrooms on hikes, never eating them. Just collecting, identifying, and discarding. Eventually, she connected with the Lexington Mycological Society and began to study in earnest the medicinal use of fungi. Will would know more. Sorry, it's a mystery. Ezra kicks the dirt. It's a mystery. I'll search for clues. She put out her cigarette, said goodbye to the hot dog vendor, and spent the rest of the afternoon listening to doctors and trying to understand the world as they did as a list of discrete injuries to be mended. Cats mewing in the distance. Ezra investigates a cypress tree. Ezra looks around the shore. Ezra examines a large stone monument. The stone monument. The monument is covered with lichen and painted text. Ezra reads the text. Ezra inspects the lichen. Read the text. Rock graffiti. X plus 0. Forever. Or X plus O. Forever. Ezra investigates a cypress tree. Looks around the shore. Investigates the cypress tree. The tree smells spicy, oily. Ezra inspects the bark. Inspects the bark. Doesn't the cat's mewing? Okay, cats. A message is carved in the bark. Bark carving. OZ. Ezra inspects the contents of his pockets. Alright, what have you got? That stone-faced monument has X plus O forever painted on it. Okay, I see where the cat sounds are coming from. Jeez. Interesting. What do you think that means? Hug and kisses forever? Oh. Let's go down to here. We're starting to be a bit loud. What do you think that means? Hugs and kisses forever? Or they could be initials. Xavier and Olivia forever. Xerxes and Oliver? What do you think that monument is for? I'm not sure anyone remembers. Somebody carved OZ in that tree over there. Oh, What do you think that means? It's part of somebody's name, or it's short for something. Observe Zero Yaks. Old Zebra Yard. Ornery Zoologist Yacht. I don't know what that means. Jeez, there's so many cats. Yeah, it was a stretch. Well, Ezra, I can't say I know what all that adds up to. Like I said, I wish Will were here. He'd have some local history for us. We can ask him back on the boat. Kate and Ezra look up at an old battleship drifting by. Oh, there it is, the Iron Pariah. Don't worry, it's just passing by. What do you think of it? I don't know much about it firsthand, but I've heard things. I've heard it was in the Civil War. Supposedly, there's nobody even aboard. No people, I mean. Someone told me she got close to it by accident. I heard a strange wailing sound. I guess they had boats full of soldiers and supplies going up and down the Ohio River, and they fought on the river, like boat to boat, with cannons or something, I guess. Machine guns. I'm no military historian, as you can probably tell. Anyway, I guess this one just got lost and somehow ended up all the way down here. Maybe it slipped into a cave up north. They're all connected underground. There's another version of the story where it didn't get lost. It was full of deserters. They came down here to hide. Maybe that's why it's a pariah. Maybe all of them were magically turned into cats. Maybe they were cursed for the cowardice of desertion and became cats forevermore aboard the ship. Just like Cersei did when they found her island. She turned them all to pigs. Maybe this is a similar thing, but instead of pigs, they were turned to cats. I guess they weren't really deserting. It was more so just exploration, but you know. Potato, potato. Supposedly, there's nobody even aboard. No people, I mean. Someone told me she got close to it by accident and heard a strange wailing sound. I mean, there must be something on there. Life is everywhere. Rats, insects, some kind of hardy mold. Part of it could be flooded and host to some of the eyeless fish that live in the echo. Hey, maybe there are some mushrooms going in there. Slowly consuming military rations from over 100 years ago. More mysteries. They do pile up over time as people forget the details. Thanks for taking me mushroom picking. Mushroom hunting. You can pick apples because they're right out there in the open. Mushrooms hide. You have to hunt for them. I guess. I still don't know if I would call it hunting, but I guess she has a point in that they do kinda hide. Ezra's parents shook him awake. They seemed alarmed, but not immediately concerned. They led him back to the house, past the house, into the car. Dad said they were going to stay at the bus station for a while. The one with the little arcade, with the car game he liked. Dad watched him closely in the rearview mirror, expecting Ezra to be excited, or confused, or scared, but he didn't feel anything. He hardly seemed to hear. In fact, he felt like he was observing the family car from a distance, from far above, from the clouds. Ezra is God himself! He's distanced himself and become a god! Oh no. Okay, we can't move or anything. I don't see anything else lighting up to click on. I guess we're going back to the boat. It's time to go. Not yet. Not yet. I don't see anything. I'm going to guess nothing happens. We could wait a little bit. See if something random happens. Maybe something you need to happen for an achievement. Maybe we get a magic mushroom. Who knows? I've not gotten any achievements lately from the games. I guess I haven't found like the small details or like the more like rare occurrences of things to happen. Which is a shame, but hey. Can't get them all, and I'm not an achievement hunter. I just like getting some of them if I can. But I'm not seeking them out too hard on my own. See that rough circle of rocky protrusions near the shore? It's more intricate than it looks. More than 2/3 of it is actually underwater. I haven't seen it myself, but listen to this. It's man-made, and the rocks weren't placed according to their size. So what's visible is more or less a uniformly random selection of the overall shape. It looks like it might be a spiral, all told, or maybe some kind of meditative labyrinth. At the head of it is a petrified oak stump. That was moved here from above ground, of course, decades ago. That's where the ceremony took place. What ceremony? Excuse me? The Lucks were married here. Many frail-tongued observers said they should just go with lock or luck, or split the difference with look, or even lick, or really anything else. But it was never going to happen. The Lucks. Marge Luck and Errol Luck met in prison. Greta Luck and Norm Luck were high school sweethearts. Billy Luck and W.H. Luck met in line at the DMV. Where did they meet? Oh boy. Where did these two sweethearts meet? You know what? I find it very funny if they met at the DMV. Billy Luck and V.H. Luck met in line at the DMV. Their driver's license photographs were mixed up by the clerk, a mistake they discovered immediately, but never corrected. Their engagement was welcome news for the family business, who had been looking for some opportunity to merge interests. The Lucks ran a busy printing press. The Lucks managed a fleet of bicycle couriers. These were the Lucks of Luck Large Animal Storage and the Lucks of the Luck Family Nut Company. Luck Large Animal Storage and the Lucks of the Luck Family Nut Company. This one makes more sense. One of them were doing printing and one had bicycles. The natural next step was to start a local paper that would become the Echo River Evening Record. The ceremony itself was humble and perfunctory, and it must have somehow involved these rocks. Maybe they walked around them in a spiral, like a symbol of their ever-tightening bond. Probably the rocks marked the boundaries between the two families, Lucks in the inner loop and Locks on the outer. Or the other way around. I like the symbol of the ever-tightening bond, like it goes in a spiral. More closer and closer and harder to rip apart. It must have also involved a petrified stump. Neither family is particularly religious, but rumors persist that the officiant were a rogue. Oh, that's just nice. Just tradition at that point. Shannon helped me fix up mushroom stew in the kitchen. Shannon and her friend set out in the dinghy to deliver a package at the telephone exchange. You know what? Sure. I like the ones where we leave the boat. Feel like I'm sure we missed a lot by not staying on the boat, but I do like going on the boat and seeing stuff. Because we get so many weird places. So we missed out on the more grounded stuff, funny enough, on the boat.
Thanks again for your help. This is about as far as the tugboat can go. You know, noise and lights disturb the bats.
Oh, thanks again for your help. Oh wait, that was Kate, not Shannon. Thanks again for your help. This is about as far as the tugboat can go. You know, noise and lights disturb the bats. I usually send Will, but he's up to his elbows in mammoth grease right now. So you'll pass through the bat sanctuary, which is really nice, by the way. Be sure to check out all the plaques and stuff for cool bat facts. Plenty of time. Anyway, the Echo River Central Exchange, or excuse me, Consolidated Auxiliary Switch number 30. They changed the name and the power company took over. That's not at all. The fucking Echo River Central Exchange was already a mouthful. They somehow made it worse. Fucking Consolidated Auxiliary Switch number 30. Ah, yes, that flows off the tongue and is easy to remember. The Echo River Central Exchange. At least that makes sense because you're on the Echo River. And I guess you're, like, in the middle of it or something. So you can kind of remember it. But who the fuck's gonna remember Consolidated Auxiliary Switch number 30? It's just on the other side of the back sanctuary. This package is going to Poppy. She's an operator, the operator. We'll meet you on the other side at Sam and Ida's for a scheduled early breakfast stop. Just follow the river. Can't miss it. Oh, I almost forgot. You may or may not be interested. There's this kind of weird memorial sculpture on your way in. Just before the Bat Sanctuary. I always recommend people at least stop and take a look at it. It's really sort of, I don't know how to say it. You should check it out. Okay, bye. Bye. I can hold to control. This is nice. So I don't control where we're going. I just control... Wait, can I? Okay, I'm not at all controlling where we're going. So I'm just gonna have to trust that Conway knows what he's doing as I light up the path for us. Maybe I should keep the light on so Conway see where this is going. Might be good. Okay, I can see. Yeah, that's neat. I feel like this is a kind of a symbol of stay out. But I'm sure it doesn't really mean that. What are those? Like hats or something? Like miners' helmets? They look like there might be like miners' helmets or something? Sign. We claim these helmets in the name of the folks who wrote them and placed them here in their memory, but also as a spit in the greedy green eye of the power company who bought up our gold mine and traded our brothers and sisters' safety for a little more yield, but only yielded 28 good men and women dead. The walls collapsed and the tunnels filled with water. Yeah, no, that sounds like capitalism. Their lungs were black, but now they're washed clean and full of water too, and swept through hidden tunnels into some awful cave we never will find, and so we guess the water buried them. For us, so let this here be a marker for the grave. If any son of a bitch from the power company wants to take back this helmet as company property, just you try it and see what will happen. Hey, Elkhorn. That's the mine we met in. Where your folks, worked. Looks like it's been here a while. I sure as hell wouldn't mess with it. You think whoever wrote it is still that angry?
I don't think you ever forget anger like that. Sure, angry. Mainly just hurt. I don't think you ever forget anger like that.
No, I guess you probably don't. This probably stirs up... I mean... How do you...
It's fine. I'm glad this is here. People should remember that this happened. It brings back some anger for me, too. The other miners made this, but... It should have been the power company. It's their fault.
Well, here we are, remembering, and I didn't even know it the first time around, but here I am remembering it now. That's a fine memorial, I guess.
Goodbye, Mom and Dad.
Aw. It's very sad. Greed gets in the way of life. A lot of the time. Oh. Hello there. You also out in the evening? Hiya. What? You're looking at me like I'm crazy.
Just sometimes I forget I don't even really know you that well. Are you feeling okay? It's nothing.
Oh, sure. It doesn't hurt anymore. My leg. It's just kind of numb. Like it's not there. My shoulder too, actually. That's an old one, though. From an accident. I'm lucky I just had some nerve damage there. Probably should have been a lot worse. You know, those guys from the distillery are just making the best of a bad situation. Just like the rest of us. Hey, one of them said to me earlier they could even help me take care of these medical bills. For my leg, you know. Get it all together on a plan, consolidated.
What? When did you talk to them about that? That sounds like a really bad idea. When did you talk to them about that?
Oh, they're around. They're pretty much everywhere you look on this river. You really haven't noticed? Anyway, I have a feeling it'll all work out.
Even this delivery? Even for me?
Hey, why not? Seems like we're getting pretty close to finding your cousin, right? And besides that, you're young and smart. Plenty of time to bounce back from whatever. Listen, that old truck I've been driving belonged to my boss, Ira. Lysette's husband. To be honest, Ira didn't like me very much, but somehow Lys got it into her mind that he would have wanted me to have that truck someday. Maybe to make up for all the yelling he did. Or maybe so his ghost could hold it over me. Just one more thing to feel like I owed him for. Anyway, they got their own trucks at the distillery. And now that the antique shop is closing up, I've got no use for that old truck. I was thinking you could take it.
I barely know you. That's very generous, but I don't need a truck. Sure, I could keep an eye on it for you until you get straightened out.
Sure, okay. Sounds good. Oh, there's something there. In the darkness. It's trying to hide. Can't hide from me. Sign. Visitors to Echo River, Kentucky Riverbat Artificial Hibernaculum and Sanctuary are asked to take extra precautions in order to prevent the introduction of foreign fungal contaminants and the spread of white nose syndrome. Please do not visit the sanctuary during the same day in which you visited any cave known or suspected to host bats infected with white nose syndrome. I don't think we've done that. Please do not leave your vehicle. If you must leave your vehicle, please remove shoes, clothes, jewelry, headwear, and eyeglasses to ensure you do not bring any foreign spores ashore with you. Go in naked, okay. Please do not touch any bats or structures. The Kentucky River bat is confused by light. If you are using a lantern or other artificial light source, be aware that it may attract and confuse bats. If you are approached by bats, do not panic. Relax, stop your vehicle, and switch off your light. Never touch a bat. Alright, sure, I will not touch the bat. Do not touch the bat. The bat will not be touched. Aw, this is nice. They have like little houses for them, like we make bird houses, but it's bat houses. Aw, that's cute. That's nice. And there's like feeders and stuff. Nice, nice. They're having fun with the bats. Oh. Bat wings rustle. Oh, we got something here. Bat fact. Ever talk with your mouth full? Bats do it all the time. Bats talk in extremely high frequency clicks, too high for humans to hear. Then they use their powerful ears to scan for the echoes of these ultrasonic clicks. By comparing very subtle differences in the time these echoes take to come back, differences of just the millionths of a second, bats are able to picture their environment with enough accuracy to catch a flying insect. Once a bat has caught an insect in its mouth, it's still flying, and so it still needs to avoid running into anything. So bats keep clicking away, even while they munch on a tasty bug snack. Aw, that's cool. It may be poor table manners, but it's crucial for surviving in the dark. I wonder how the other bats know whether one of them is really talking or just chasing a bug.
I think when they're actually communicating, it sounds more like singing. Sometimes it's hard to know with people too.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to know with people too. I'd like to hear that. Ah, this is nice. Just a little trip through Bat Town. Damn. It's really dark down here. Are you still there?
Sorry, just thinking.
No, I don't think we're going that way. Just think, yeah, it's a reflective kind of place. For that kind of person, which I think you are. What are you thinking about?
Bats. Weaver. Nothing.
Oh, yeah. You think she's down here somewhere?
Yeah, I do, actually. I guess not. I don't know.
I was just thinking about my dad. I guess because we were talking about your folks a minute ago. To be honest with you, I don't think about him that often. Our cousin brought him up earlier, and he's just been on my mind. It's good your folks have a memorial. A lot of people, nobody remembers them when they're gone.
You mean like your dad? You mean like you?
Let's use the allegory that it's his dad we're talking about. Oh, no, he would have hated that. I don't know what I mean. Gee, there's a lot of bats now. Even though I turned off the light, I guess the motor is like annoying them. We got another bat fact over here though. Let's see what the bat fact is. Bat fact: the Kentucky river bat's natural diet mostly consists of moths and other small insects that breed along the river. Here, at the artificial hyperculum and sanctuary, we use a combination of chemical snares and ultrasonic wards to repel all potentially contaminant bearing insects and replace them with our own locally bred and spawned hyperallergic antiseptic pseudomoths, which we call little grey nothing moth. You may be thinking that the other moths and insects Kentucky river bat would have been eating are very much relieved that their natural predator has found another food source. Not so. We've installed netting and highly effective moth traps along the river, where the Kentucky river bat normally hunts, to balance their escape from the food chain. But eating moths isn't the only systemic contribution these bats make. They also produce a potent fertilizer in the form of guano that helps plant life thrive along the Echo River, the shore of Lake Lethe. In order to minimize the sanctuary's impact on subterranean agriculture, we collect that precious guano here at the hibernaculum and manually distribute throughout the caves. It's a full-time job. Sounds like a lot of work.
They eat fake moths? I wonder how the bats would feel about their guano being taken like that. It's all fake, except for the bats.
Yeah, I guess so. Reminds me of that guy, Donald, and his crew down there with the computer.
Right. It is reassuring to know someone's taking care of everything for these little bats. It kind of bothers me. Like, they're tricking the bats.
Yeah. In this case, I think it's about survival. I mean, that's the bottom line. What's the difference? Like the folks in the mine, you said they used to buy stuff, fans, canaries, all those little trinkets to make it bearable. There's still a lot of stuff down there. Feels cluttered, but human. I just mean, all people need is enough to pretend we're home. They can make it anywhere.
Sure, people can. But what about bats? You're kind of philosophical when you're drinking. Did anyone ever tell you that?
Yeah, I guess I do. Nah, this is nothing. I used to have this drinking buddy who would get loaded and tell the weirdest damn riddles. Like, which is more musical? A truck passing by a factory or a truck passing by a music school? Ha, count your blessings. Ooh, what's this? The hell is this? What's with this tree or whatever it's supposed to be? What? Is this a zebra tree or something? Better hang on a minute. It feels like there's one kind of hovering right over me. They don't really hover though, do they? I mean, how could they? I guess a lightning bug will hover by beating its wings really fast. Maybe they can do that too. I used to watch lightning bugs in the evening, out at the edge of the woods. Lysette's kid Charlie, he loved them, you know. He ended up going to college and studying astronomy. I like to think he got his love for stars from those nights watching bugs. Anyway, me and Charlie, sometimes we try to see one of them up close. You lay in the grass and you have to be totally still for a while, like one of those wax sculptures, don't even breathe, like this. Can't see ya. Oh, you can't see me. I was doing the watching lightning bugs in the grass face.
I think I can imagine it. Feels like we're talking on the phone or something.
Yeah, you've seen it already. When I fell in the mine. Kind of stunned, in shock. Hey, who were you talking to earlier? When we met in the mine. We're on the phone with someone. I forgot about that.
My ex. Just a friend. Alejandra. Mark.
Mark, sure.
We met in school, and we're still pretty close. He has kids now, so we don't talk as much.
Sure.
I was just venting on the phone about my landlord situation. He called me to chat about something.
What?
I think it was kind of rude, actually, and I was preoccupied with my landlord, Trouble and Weaver. I did my best to listen, but I was distracted. I think it was kind of rude, actually, and I hurried to get into the mines. I feel bad.
I don't know what happened there. It glitched out a little bit. It was showing me the text on top of the text. Enough. Oink oink. Hello, hello, wolfies. Are you hunting pigs again? Are you acting as the big bad wolf hunting for the three little piglets? Have you found one that doesn't build a house out of bricks yet? All those pigs have gotten real smart. They all live in brick houses now. So it's real rough to find ones that live in houses made of straw or just out of twigs. Tomorrow is relaxation day. Nice, nice. Good, good. We have real nice weather today. It's like super sunny, no wind. So really nice weather to walk in. And I've had more energy again. I think it might have been the meds that were like draining energy and making me more fatigued, because I've had a lot more energy today than I've had in a little bit. So that's been nice that I've sort of started having energy a little bit again. Then training Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, then rest Saturday, then training Sunday. Nice. You have your plan all sorted and ready for action. Which day is leg day?
I was preoccupied with my landlord trouble, and Weaver. I did my best to listen, but I was distracted. It gets harder and harder to reconnect. I actually hate talking on the phone.
Yeah, I know that's true. Was today? Okay, so today was leg day. Had session with personal trainer. Nice. We're currently traveling through a bat sanctuary. Two last rounds, he did 70 kilos. Ooh, nice. Getting buff legs. Yeah, we're having some relaxing time going through Bat Sanctuary. Ooh, we got some of the skeleton folks going by on our side here. Hello, friends. How are you today? I can't get the light properly on them. Oh well. And we're like reflecting as we go through here. Squats. Yeah. Let's see, do they have any more reflecting they want to do? We'll keep going. Let's see. It's really nice and soothing down here. Oh, are the skeleton friends getting closer to us? Can we talk to them? What the? Somebody watching a sports game? Bat sounds intensify. Let's turn off that light for a little bit. Lisette's sick. I mean, she's old. We're both old. Hell, you're about the youngest person I know right now. Oh, and a kid. Maybe blue. By people calendar. In dog years, though. I bet she has this old beat. So I'm old too, sure. And I forget stuff all the time. Especially if I had a few and my brain is swimming. But I mean, lice. It's all going away. She's losing words you'd never think you'd lose. Not just like the street she grew up on, but names of colors and types of furniture. I mean, even the word furniture. Should say we've still got a few nice pieces in the what's that I call the shed, where I put the bigger pieces, the beds and couches, and I'd say, oh, lies. Why do you keep teasing me about that time I fell asleep in the furniture shed? It was so damn comfortable in there. I tried to help her keep some dignity, you know. Oof, yeah. That's all I had to offer at the end. She has a sister in Nashville who'll take good care of her. And now that I'm not around the shop all the time, what's that old guy's name? He used to make deliveries for the shop. He smells like leather. I was always yelling at him. Too drunk to work. On the one day he could have been in on the right place, the right time.
She means a lot to you. Are you worried about losing her? You feel pretty badly about that accident. Do you think she blames you?
No, but it's awful to say, but sometimes I kind of wish she would. That way at least she could eventually forgive me. You know what I mean, right?
I know exactly what you mean. I'm sure she'd forgive you.
Okay, I think the bats are clearing out. Ah, the skeleton crew is gone. No. Oh no, they're behind us. Aha, I see you. You're not avoiding us that easily. Skeletons. Hey, you know it's kind of rude to just hang out behind somebody like that, right? Find your own path. You're stopping at the plaque. So don't you rush. We want to read this. Fine. White nose syndrome is still largely a mystery. We suspect that the white fungal growth which appears on bats' faces and wings irritates and confuses them, causing them to awaken early from hibernation and venture outside, depleting stored energy they need to survive through winter. But biologists are nowhere near curing the disease. It spreads quickly and is highly fatal. In this way, white nose syndrome has drawn some comparisons to colony collapse disorder, as suffered by bees. White nose syndrome and colony collapse disorder are sudden, violent, and mysterious. Will honeybees and the Kentucky riverbat be two more lost species? Wiped out in a geological blink and forgotten to natural history? It's possible that the cure won't be identified in time, so the sanctity of this artificial hibernaculum is our best hope of preserving them. As you leave the Echo River Kentucky riverbat hibernaculum and sanctuary, please make sure your vehicle and clothing are free of hitchhikers. Little bats just coming by, dropping into and like, "Hi, I wanted to leave that sanctuary place. I didn't like it there. I'm your friend now till the end. I'm coming with y'all." We got a new BFF bat instead. Let's turn off the light a little bit. See if they have anything else to think about. Doesn't look like it. Alright. We'll wait until there's more bats, I guess. Oh, power lines. Okay, I think we're getting close to where we want to go. Because I think they said the power lines would start appearing more at that point. I don't remember. It's been a while. It feels like an eternity that we've been in this bat sanctuary. Oh, is that... It's a star. Can't light it anymore. Oh, it's a tunnel. Secret tunnel. Central Exchange. Secret tunnel. Let's go into the secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Deliver whatever package or letter or whatever it was to them. Okay, they got some... Oh! We got some people here. Hello there. Hey, we have a package or something for a Penny, I think it was. Poppy, maybe? I think it was Poppy or Penny. Flora.
Oh, hi. I remember you. What are you doing down here? That's a nice boat. Do you know where the telephone exchange operator is?
Guessing that's them.
That's a nice boat. This boat has traveled really far, about 250,000 miles. It's made out of paper. There's a secret inside it. It must be very well built if it's traveled so far. So, what's the secret?
I can't ask about the secret. Asking about the secret is bad manners.
I used a piece of paper from the front desk at the museum. There's a lot of paper up there. And I chose this one because of the way it looks, not how strong or durable it is. I'm a romantic. Really? What does that mean to you? So am I think. I think I'm more classical myself. What does that mean to you? It means I like poems and rivers and mysteries.
Ah.
Okay, bye.
Careful up there. Can't drive your new truck if you slip and break your legs.
I'll be careful. You too, try not to make any more bad deals while I'm gone. Just don't fall asleep.
I'll just be floating along down here. I just mean keep your eyes open and don't look back. Yeah, never look back. Looking back is the enemy. Dashiell. Hello there. Could be bypassed with another capacitor at 100 nanofarads to reduce noise.
What are you working on? If your circuit's too noisy, you should tie those floating pins to the ground.
Huh? That's a pretty good idea. They're probably picking up all kinds of radio interference. Dashiell Morse, pleased to meet you. We don't install this type of phone for customers anymore, but there are quite a few of them still in circulation. Anyway, the new system doesn't source enough current to ring these old bells, so I'm trying to come up with a workaround. Maybe a little box the customer could attach right before the wall jack.
I'm a bit of a circuit geek myself. Sounds like a good gig, fixing old phones.
I bet. I mean, you seem very comfortable with electronics. Is this your first time down here? Yeah, I can tell. Your eyes can't quite adjust to the light. It takes some practice. Believe it or not, I've been coming here since I was a kid. For one reason or the next. Back then, this place was a train station. It's true. They had bats then too, but they were considered a nuisance.
What did you come here for? As a kid? A train station? What happened to it?
I usually came down here with my grandmother. We took the train out to the town she lived in, or in the other direction back to my parents' home. In my memories, it was always cold. Winter, I guess. Sometimes now I walk along the tunnel, run my hand along these wet stone walls, and close my eyes. Ringing footsteps and drip, 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 drip of the grimy stalactites. Well, the river shifted and this place slowly filled with water, carrying the trains away with the current. It does that, the river, and I don't begrudge it. It's a good reminder that everything we have is borrowed, even trains. Eventually, someone at the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces heard this place was still empty, so they moved the phone company in here. I returned here as a young lineman, a skill I picked up in wartime, running telephone wires behind enemy lines. We used trees instead of poles. Hello, Catherine. Hope you're doing well. Happy New Week to you. Nice old Monday I'm hoping you have. We're still going on with Kentucky Route Zero here. We were trying to deliver this damn package, and now we're delivering other people's packages before we can deliver our package, because we're doing them a solid for doing us a solid to bring us to where we can bring our package. Yeah, hope you're doing well. I jumped in and watched your stream a little bit yesterday for some Pokemons. But I've been so out of it. I've been getting a little bit better again now that just stopped taking a medicine that was really causing me to have severe amounts of fatigue, so I just didn't have energy to do much at all. So yeah. But now energy has started coming back, so that's good. Yeah, hope you're having a good one. We used trees instead of poles. I missed that, actually. They were easier to climb. It's just as well. I'm in no shape to be climbing anything these days. Pokemon's fun. I'm doing fine. Now that I have more energy, a little bit more energy from stopping with the meds, I've been able to go on a walk. It's really nice weather today. It's sunny, no wind, so it's like it's still cold that I like, but it's like it's nice to have the sun shining on you at least while you're walking. And it's like super bright sun, so that's been nice. Yeah, made some yummy foods yesterday. Teriyaki pork with lots of veggies. So I've been boxing that. And then I'm making another batch. I think I showed it earlier, but I made a batch of like oatmeal brownies where I use bananas and stuff for sugar and stuff. But I'm making a new batch of it where I made like condensed milk. So I like had milk mixed with a little bit of sugar. I didn't properly manage to get it made. I screwed it up and made it so it didn't thicken as much as it was supposed to, but it was still usable, but not like as thick. So I'm going to use that, or I'm using that in the like a brownie batter for where I'm mostly using oatmeal. And then I'm using a little bit of maize flour to give it like more shape when it's being cooked. So we're making oatmeal brownies again, so that'll be nice. I mostly used honey to sweeten the condensed milk though. I added a little bit of sugar, but for the most part I avoid sugar. But yeah, so that'll be nice. Ooh, you want to make cheesecake brownies? That sounds pretty good, pretty good. Nice, nice. You go and make cheesecake brownies, Catherine. That sounds pretty good. Have some good desserts. I make a lot of oatmeal and stuff now because it has a lot of like just fiber and stuff, so it's not, I make them more so because they have a little bit of sweetness, which helps making it more easy to eat. It makes it more attractive to eat, and then I also get a lot of fibers and natural proteins and stuff from all the plant-based stuff that I add into them. So it makes them snacks that are more healthy, which is why I've been liking making those kinds of things lately. It's just a lot of nutrition in what looks like it is more of a snack / dessert thing. But it's still like fairly dense in nutrients that you want, instead of being just the empty calories and such. Does mean I can't make them more all-in snacks. So I never get like overly sugary and stuff, but that's fine by me because I don't really like super sweet stuff is the thing. I've always been like less liking the sweet, but I like it a little bit, but I enjoy when food isn't too sweet because then I just get sick of it. But yeah, I hope you are able to make the cheesecake brownies. It sounds like that will be a good batch of yummy foods. Complete opposite. Love all the sugar, all the sugar. I know somebody else who's like that. They love sugar, and then I'm like, I use bananas as the sweetener in my dessert thing, and they're like, no sugar? They're like, what? No sugar? That would be so tame. And I'm like, no, it still has good flavor. It's just a different type of sweet flavor instead of pouring sugar in it. So, well, banana bread will come before the brownies as you have bananas to use. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I like using all of that. I'm currently waiting for a grapefruit to get like close to overripe because I'm gonna use that as a sour ingredient in a attempt to make a sour kind of a sour cake, like a bitter sour cake, that is meant to more like help. Because I read that it could, if the ingredients could that you use in it could help with like stomach problems, which I have often because of the sourness of the bread. But it needs the grapefruit to be like at the good point of ripeness. So I have to like leave it for a while so that it's like not, so that it gets too close to where it would start going bad. It was a weird recipe, and I don't remember it entirely, and I lost the actual website, so I'm gonna have to go through my fucking history on in the browser to find the recipe again. But it said that the cake was very good if you had stomach issues, because a little bit of bitterness and sweet and sourness helped balance certain things. So I'm looking forward to that one. Alright, let's see. But yeah, it's a lot of good foods. I'm looking forward to making the brownie cake. The oatmeal brownie. Hopefully I make it less hard than last time. Like, it was edible and all that. Good flavor last time, but it was too hard. Was the problem. Like, it ended up not being like this kind of gooey, or however you want to call it, like fudgy. It wasn't like fudgy at all last time. It was very, very hard, very like crisp on the outside, and more chocolate cakey on the inside. It didn't get fudgy enough. So I'm hoping to make it more fudgy so that it's like more gooey, tear into, and like a little bit like a wet cut almost, like you want the brownies to be. Who knows? We'll see. I'm not a dessert maker. I've always been more of a dinner maker, but I've been wanting to get more into making desserts and stuff. But I also don't want to make them in a way that I won't eat them. I enjoy both. It's more that I never worked. I was always working more on improving making dinners and stuff. But I never like went into making desserts. Like, I always enjoy both as long as I don't get the overly sweet ones. But yeah. Let's see. It's just a well. I'm in no shape to be climbing anything these days. The closest I get is patching up the wiring in the crystal room for the VP, folks. VEP, that's community television. I volunteered there for a number of years. I know everybody over there. Ralph, Sherry, Weaver, Dave.
Weaver Marquez? The crystal room? Weaver Marquez?
Sure, Weaver Marquez. That's funny. I was just thinking about her. Yeah, I met her a couple of times at the TV station. I suppose I didn't know her too well. She handled the archives, and I was helping with wiring and stuff. She really seemed to know her way around all that gear, you know. She had a head for signals, I think. No idea where she ended up. I would guess she's probably not too popular around the station anymore, but I always liked her. Listen, miss, if you're interested in VP, you should go talk to them directly. They're obviously looking for volunteers. Take the ferry over to the silo. There's a mail stop there. They don't have a sign or anything. Just ask around. I guess I'll get back to this damn old ringer. Pop is just a little further down if you're dropping off that package. Nice chatting with you. Oh, that was a nice conversation we had with him. He just had to look at us as we stared into space for a little bit, talking to ourselves. Black, Abel and Eloy, the lovers, couriers. Bred for racing, Abel and Eloy spent most of their lives as carrier pigeons in the employ of the Echo River Avian Post. Aw, that's nice. They retired here after Abel was disfigured in an accident with a light aircraft. Oh no! Aw, the poor burb! But old habits were hard to die. Abel and Eloy would pick up scraps of paper from the ground and trash, even pull them out of the pocket and deliver them to other people nearby to delight or embarrassment. Aw, the poor pigeon! Word spread, and travelers passing through this tunnel began to come prepared with love letters, poems, and other written desires to pass along, indirectly through these pigeons. After a hard day's work, Abel and Eloy would always be found nestled closely together in a disused newspaper stand, set aside for their habitation. And that's where we left them. Aw, that's nice. Two carrier pigeons. Got a little bit of a backstory. Ah, hey there, Poppy. I got a package for you. A letter, I guess, is more correct. Just say you are here, or by lamp, sweetie, thanks. Actually, just a minute, who does that parcel claim to be from? Reading label.
Consolidated Power CO. That's Low Electronics. That's weird, there's no label on it. Consolidated Power Co.
Oh yeah, I'm afraid to open it. So are you? Do you work for a post office? Or a tugboat? I won't ask because I haven't seen you before. What's that you I heard, chatting down the hall?
Yeah, I just met Dashiell. I'm just doing Kate a favor, dropping off this package.
Kate? Oh, hello, Kate. She helped deliver both my nieces, one in the hospital and one at the base of Mossy Moonlit Oak. It was beautiful. Oh, Kate. I think Loretta's granddaughter used it too. Oh, Loretta used to work here, actually. I think quite a few of other former operators have rely on at the same time became service. Well, no, I guess they'll have more time with their little ones. As you can see, all the chairs are empty. It wasn't always like this. When I came to work at the Echo River Central Exchange, there were 12 of us. Loretta, Edna, Meg, Kara, Mary, Louise, Liz, Esther, Angie, Wilma, Connie. I was number 12. Connie and I were hired at the same day, but she showed up early. We finished college, and Esther was fired for snapping at the rude caller. But yeah, coming, and she did just fine on her own. So they hired Beryl, Jana, Senchiko, which brought us up to 13. That was as many operators as we ever had here at one time. A power company came along, buying up all the lines, and one day took the exchange as a throw-in. Like it was nothing. And they started phasing us out. Edna, Meg, Kira, and Louise left one Friday evening, and we were asked not to come back on Monday morning. Barry saw writing on the wall, quickly found employment at private PBX. Jan and Liz stopped routing calls and write up some kind of best practices document instead. It was the final task as exchange employees. Some of the girls were resigned to other divisions. Connie, I think, checking residential net meters. Sashiko and Wilma were moved into the energy cells, cold calling businesses to see if they needed to upgrade their electricity plan. So at least they were still on the phone. It was just Loretta, Angie, and me. We were swamped. I was well, and they had to on their throat. Voice with a smile became a croak. I was gargling warm sauce water in the break room, sipping from a thermos full of hot honey broth stashed under my chair. Oh, I brought a lot of extended technique to switchboard in those days. Oh, she's got a call. Sound pretty good with me?
Yeah, I'm impressed. He's got the voltage too high. He'll burn out the relay.
So where was I?
Hot honey broth and warm salt water. Extended switchboard technique. It was just Loretta, Angie, and you.
I can't go further up. Oh no. Oi. Alltid those a slippery elm. I got that one from Kate. So after a few months, I was just me. A new automation strategy was announced, and this place was requesting Consolidated Auxiliary Switch number 30.
Are you lonely? If it's automated, what do you do here?
Oh, it's not fully automated. There's still gaps in functionality that needs a human touch, I think. And you know, it really is all about touch, eh? Sound is a vibration, a touch you feel in your ear. So my voice is my touch. When we're talking, we're touching, even on the phone. That's an electric touch, an intimate little shock. Makes your tiny ears tremble. But that's not even what I mean. Even when it says all about touch, eh? When the power company first tried making this whole exchange with fancy new transistor arrays, the switchboard caught fire. It was just too much, too fast. So they tried using some clunky old mechanical relays, but then the course would get mismatched and out of sync. It was a nightmare. The technicians determined that the phone system down here had been designed ad hoc over decades around a specific tempo as human operators. So short of replacing the whole thing, not to mention all the wiring, it had to work out the exact timing of every little human gesture that goes into routing a phone call. Now that officially is my role, eh? I'll run the switchboard for the whole exchange. Once the work of 12, I'll like to remind you. I have some kind of machine somewhere that tracks how long it takes me to do each little thing. The caller never hears my voice now. They dial, my little indicator lights up, switch on, I'll make the connection.
Do you miss talking to callers? Interesting. What's the machine like? You miss talking to callers?
You know, there's something about that bothers me about the process, besides the fact that I'm training my replacement, who isn't even human. Here's what I mean. How long do you think it should take to time my every move and recreate that timing in an automated switchboard? Rough estimate.
A couple days? Maybe a week? At least a month.
At least a month? That's what I said. This has been going on for over a year. Now where the architect thought it started nagging me. What if there's no cheap machine that's going to replace me? Or if it's cheaper just to keep me here, falling for the rhythm of the operators? Or if I'm the cheap machine?
Why don't you just quit? You're not a machine. Why don't you just quit?
You're sick on me? Oh, you're probably right. Working in silence for peanut shells, waiting to be replaced by a robot. It doesn't sound very dignified, does it? Yeah, yes, I've been working here for my whole adult life. Came as a girl, I leave as a middle-aged woman. I don't know if I'm ready to be here yet. Oh, the parcel, right over there by a lamp is fine. Thanks for dropping that off. Take care. Think of me when you dial 0. I will. Thank you for your hard work. Don't worry. Oh. Conway? Conway? The fuck are you doing, Conway? That's not your boat, Conway. Conway, get off that boat. You're not with those skeletons, peoples. Conway, Conway, get back here. Conway, no. Conway. God damn it, we lost Conway. He's become one with the skeleton people now. He's become a dead one. All he does is work. He no longer has anything left of himself. God damn it, Conway. She turned on the dinghy alone. She had a strong and sudden urge to shut the motor off and let the current take her. But she couldn't work out where that impulse came from, so she did her best to resist it. We gotta save Conway from himself. She met a family of 5 on a flat-bottomed skiff. She met a guitar player pedaling a floating bicycle with his dog in tow. Ah, the guitar player. She met a flower salesman on a raft. She met a painter of shipwrecks. Ah, the guitar player again. He said they took turns. The water was cold, and the floating bicycle, while technically marvelous, wasn't quite buoyant enough for the both of them. Swimming is hard work, the hardest work that dog had ever done, he expected. They'd been traveling this way for most of the night, struggling through the icy water, stopping to recover when they could find a rock large enough to start a small campfire. He had his belongings stuffed into a weathered guitar case at the end of a thin rope. It floated pretty well, so he only had to keep an eye on it and occasionally free it from a rock or some driftwood it was caught on. She asked if he had a guitar in his case or just clothes. She invited him to ride a ways on the dinghy. I don't think the dinghy would fit all of them. Actually, it would, because we had Conway and Doggo, but maybe 2 Doggos are too much. He would have played her or something, but the case leaked a bit, and he didn't think it would sound right until it had time to dry out. She made a family of 5 in a flat-bottomed skiff. Sure, that one. The boat was loaded to capacity, with black plastic bags and a few larger pieces of furniture, wrapped in a blue tarp. 3 paddled, the 2 adults and the older child. The 2 younger children slept. They'd been traveling all night, first by car, and then for the last few hours by boat. Hungry and tired, they didn't plan to stop until they reached West Virginia, where a relative had offered to take them in. The adults were happy to take a break from paddling in weary silence. They asked her about her river journey. She said she was on the way to Sam Nidas. She told them about the memorial. They brought some food. The kids had picked the garden clean earlier in the day, so they'd been snacking on fresh bell peppers and tomatoes, and some crackers, rationed carefully for the trip. They wished her well and paddled on toward West Virginia. West Virginia. Isn't that a song? Isn't there a song about it that was in maybe I'm remembering wrong. Maybe it wasn't Virginia. West Virginia. She met a flower salesman on a raft. She met a painter of shipwrecks. A raft. They floated alongside in buoyant pots, bobbing untethered. He corralled them with a long pole in a stream of small adjustments. She leaned out over the water to get a closer look. She made small talk. Small talk. He was alert and easygoing. His day was just beginning. He used to work at the balloon barn, but it closed down when he wasn't selling flowers. He'd hang out by the highway and listen to the sounds the cars made, study them carefully, and then learn to reproduce them with his own voice. He was working on a record. He drifted away with the current, pushing his flowers along with the raft. She gave in, shut off the motor, and floated for a while. Then she knew what she'd been craving, a moment of silence. A little bit of silence, huh? We all need those moments of silence sometimes. The world is so loud nowadays. It's rare you get to have a true moment of silence and just exist and not think. Whee! Well, I can't do anything, so we're just watching her float down, I guess. Down, down, down by the river. Down, down, down by the river. Alright, we getting somewhere? Did we fucking go out to the lake instead? Is this Ida's? Did we hit the breakfast place? I could go for some extra I could go for a second breakfast. Act 4, Scene 8. Sam and Idas. Well, we lost Conway. I'm not sure if we're getting him back, unfortunately. At least he didn't fucking run off with the boat and strand Shannon there. At least he joined somebody else's boat. Hey guys, you having a nice breakfast over here? Sam sings wordlessly to himself. Alright. Just in time. We've already finished eating, but we're about to place a to-go order for Clara. She's back on board, getting ready for her show. Take a look at the menu. I'm sure there's something you'll like. Ida's a bit of a local celebrity. For her cooking, I mean.
Hey, Astro was just asking about you. He's around the corner playing a video game. Maybe go let him know you two are back. Or, where's the old man anyway?
He abandoned us. He's gone. He has become a corporate slave.
Oh, bad luck. You'll get it next time. Hey, got a quarter? He's almost got this.
Oh, he's doing a crane machine game? Oh, that's nice.
It's true.
Sure, I have 1 quarter. Don't waste the time. Those machines are rigged. You can't ruin the kids' dreams like that. Sure, I have 1 quarter. Thank you. They're rigged and all that, but let's not break the kid's heart about it.
So, where's...
He left. They took him. They took him.
Damn, yeah, he really got himself in a situation there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go sit down.
Cool. The food is good here. I think everyone else is finishing up, but you could probably get something to go. Alright, Clo Maestro, let's give it another shot. So let's see what's on the top of the pile here. There's a stuffed octopus, a plastic bag full of clamshells, cowboy hat, and some big headphones. That octopus has a leg wrapped around a boombox underneath it. The shells are pretty clear, but I don't know if the claw can really grip the bag well. The cowboy hat is in the corner, so it's kind of tricky to tell if it's wedged in or not. Those headphones might be a good bet, but I can't see the cord. Could be wrapped around something. What are you going to try for?
I can get the octopus. Let's go for the clamshells. I want the cowboy hat. I'll try to get the headphones. Alright, what should Esther go for? What is the kid going for? Okay, so the octopus has its leg wrapped around the boombox, so it's almost guaranteed going to be too stuck to get properly. The shell, like, they're in a bag, so yeah, as he says, it's hard for claws to grip that. Cowboy hat is in a corner, so you can't really get stuff that is in the corner with claw machines, I feel, unless you, like, have enough money to keep wedging it closer by moving stuff around. The headphones, I feel like the headphones would be too heavy. The headphones is what I would try and go for, but I feel like the claw machine might not be strong enough to properly pick that up, and that could be a problem. And we don't know if the cord is wrapped around something. So it could be that it just gets stuck. But if we do get it up and it gets there, technically we have won it, and we are free to, like, pull until we get the wire free. Let's try for the headphones. I want the headphones.
Good call. I think that is best bet. Okay, when I put this quarter in, we'll have about 8 seconds to grab your price. The headphones are on the right, pretty close to the middle. Let me know if you need help lining it up. I've got a slightly different view of the field from up here. Ready? Here we go.
Johnny inserts the coin, and the machine awakens. Timer 8. The claw hovers in the front left corner of the machine. Ezra pushes the joystick up. Pushes the joystick right. Does this look right? Let me know if you need. So it's on the right, very close to the middle. So I need up and to right. Let's go right first. 7. Claw hovers halfway across the front of the machine. claw hovers in the center of the machine. Along the right wall of the machine. Halfway along the right wall. Okay, so that's where he said, right? Headphones are on the right, pretty close to the middle. I feel like this is right then, right? It's on the right wall and it's halfway. Are on the right, pretty close to the middle. Okay, we'll ask, does this look right?
Yeah, looks good to me. Go for it.
4. Alright, let's see if we can win ourselves a headset. Come on, claw machine. Johnny says it's fine. Claw drops. It grabs the headphones. Oh! The claw's grasp seems unusually weak on this round, and the headphones tumble back out before they can be retrieved. Ah, god damn it.
Ah, you were robbed. I guess the house always wins, except on Tuesdays. A friend of ours always said that. I never really knew what that meant. Oh well.
I should have done this on a Tuesday. God damn it. It's Monday. I knew it's gonna be rough.
Hey, listen, it sounds like that old man you were following around. Guess he had to leave.
Is he coming back? Is he okay? I should go with him.
Oh, no, that's not a good idea. It's not a place for kids where he's headed. Anyway, I don't know what kind of plans you have now, but if you need help figuring out your next move, you can always talk to me and Miss Junebug. I just wanted to make sure you know that.
Could I keep going with you? I'll meet up with Julian when we get back above ground and go back to the museum. I don't know what I'm going to do. Could I keep going with you?
Hey, I've got no objection. We have a pretty ad hoc thing going on, me and Junebug. I'd have to talk to her, but I bet you're welcome to tag along for a while if you're into it. Hey, maybe we still have time to poke around this place a little. They have some pretty wild stuff in here.
That's unfortunate that we didn't win the headset. I didn't expect to get it, but would have been nice. Would have been nice to get it.
Hey, did you see this? They keep a table full of fake food over here. I've never known why. Actually, I think it might be real food coated with shellac or something, preserved. Oh, and look, this tentacle-looking thing is half-eaten. This is someone's meal that they didn't finish.
Tentacle, gross. I dare you to take a bite.
Ha ha ha! You first.
Okay, no, okay.
Whoa, hold on, I'm just kidding. If Sam and Ida preserved this half-eaten meal, it must have been pretty important to them, right? Maybe it belonged to someone they care about, like a beloved uncle had a mid-meal stroke, so they kept it in his memory.
Oh no! The beloved uncle had a mid-meal stroke, they kept it as his memory. Oh no! Yeah, like these sunflower seeds my folks left behind. My folks left behind a bag of sunflower seeds, but I threw it away. I should have kept it right.
Oh, no, I didn't mean that, kid. You don't need to hang on to every little memento. I'm sure you still remember them just fine. Are you worried about them?
Yes, it's weird that they just disappeared. No, they're gone. There's nothing to worry about. I just miss them. It's weird they just disappeared.
Yeah, listen, that's okay to be worried. You're doing fine.
Aw, poor kid.
Weird, someone
Someone thought it was his truck and delivery and all.
It was, that's what she's saying. But he gave it to her before they took him away.
But you're going to deliver it anyway? Why?
He's my friend. He needs my help to finish his job. It's on my way. It's on my way. Somebody's waiting for those antiques.
I guess they were close enough to be called friends at that point.
That's right. He's our friend too. Johnny and I will help you unload when we get there.
To Johnny.
Lift with your legs, Cricket.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, is that Sam or Ida? I think that's Ida. Okay.
So, how was everything? How was the sweet cave snail? Devastating. You're a killer, Ida. Well, I can't take all the credit. Sam came across a whole cave snail colony down there about a year back, and we've been leaving rock candy for them to gorge on since. We just started harvesting earlier this month. Yes, it's all about patience down here. Everything grows more slowly in the dark. There's a fish in Lake Leith that lives to 200 years, and its flavor profile only develops at about 75. I've got a pot of bones in there that's been stewing for at least a week. I don't even remember why I put them on. Come to think of it, I don't even remember what kind of bones they are. Oh, we need one for the road. Clara said she wanted, something primordial, she said. What does that mean? Kid reviews the menu. She must have meant something simple. Maybe she meant something old-fashioned? I think she meant something from very deep in the lake. Yeah, that one. Could be. And Shannon the menu. Here, you pick. I'm no good at this. Shannon inspects the menu. I think she'd like salamander log, sweetwater cuttlefish spread, balsamic spinach. Shannon turns the page. Let's turn the page. Maybe crab and tomato cakes with Kentucky remoulade, mollusk cakes with orange butter sauce, aged blind cavefish and small salad. Oh, we're doing that one. Aged blind cavefish and small salad. Good choice. Your friend will love it. I'll have that right out, sweetie. She leans over the table and carefully examines the preserved food and drink. He prods a half-eaten tentacle. He gently compresses a pea-sized eyeball on a plate. He runs his finger along a grayish claw. Prods at a half-eaten tentacle. The tentacle is solid and fixed in place. We used to steam those. Juicy. But I prefer them smoked now. Sorry I startled you, sweetie. Whose food is this? Why didn't they finish their meal? Why is it hard? Well, they had more than twice as much food as they really needed. So even half was too much. This food is about 15 years old. It's true. Things were different then. Nobody came to eat here. We were fighting just to keep the lights on. Sam, my husband, Sam was depressed. He couldn't catch anything. That was part of the problem. Most of what we served was shipped in frozen or dried, and I just threw it in the fryer. We've both come a long way since then. Well, 2 young men came in for dinner, seasoned divers. They said over 10,000 hours between them in Lake Leith alone. They'd been out all day, salvaging parts from a riverboat wreck, and had worked up a fierce hunger, they said. They ordered a whole menu, without even looking. It was a short menu in those days. I sat them right here, and went back to the kitchen.
Sam was at the next table doing a Sudoku and drinking malt liquor, his usual routine at the time. An hour later, I was cleaning up when Sam came bursting into the kitchen. "Ida," he said, kind of frantic, "these divers are still hungry. Bring them another course." And I said, "They already ordered the whole menu." Sam said, "Make something new. Keep making up dishes. Whatever, just keep bringing out food." So I did until the small hours of the morning. I made up so many new dishes that night I could write a book. And it was good, inspired. But I was working so hot and fast at the burning edge of inspiration, I didn't think to write any of it down. I was so wrecked with exhaustion the next day, I knew I couldn't remember what all I'd done in the kitchen. Sam thought we could take a photograph of the leftovers, but we couldn't get the lighting right. So we just select the whole table. Now, when I need inspiration for the menu, come and look here and think about all those ingenious dishes I threw together for those divers. Of course, they didn't pay the full bill. I heard one of them complaining to the other, "Let's just pay half and let them charge the other half to whatever demon in the kitchen kept making up food faster than we could ask for it." But it all worked out. Things have really turned around since then. This place is actually pretty popular now. The success and our expanded menu inspired Sam too. He started bringing back the most magnificent ingredients from his nightly dives. I'd better get to work. Stay right here, sweetie, and I'll bring you a treat on my way back out. That's nice. Alright, guys, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna save our old man friend? Oh, is that Sam with the latest catch? "Well, buddy, I guess you're the catch of the day, the one and only." "So what are you? You look like, well, some kind of eel, I guess. Kind of a mopey little guy, huh? Yeah, I can see it in your eyes. You smell like, well, sort of buttery. That should be just fine. Skin feels like sandpaper. Well, should figure something out. I think I call you silent gray eel, snake eel, silent gray eel. Welcome to Salmonitis, the one and only silent gray eel. I hope you enjoy your stay. I mean, not too much. Have you ever seen a creature like me before? You're afraid of far down there. Won't be surprised if I'm the first, except there were 2 divers who went before me long ago. Maybe that was before your time. How old are you? Anyway, I wonder. Hey, there once back in the bad old days. 2 young guys, could have been brothers, maybe. I was over in the corner with my coffee and crossword. I haven't been able to catch the thing, so I just fried up something from frozen. Well, these guys were hungry enough to eat it, and asked for more, and they did at least as much talking as eating. See, like I said, they were divers, and like I said, they might have been brothers. They had a kind of rivalry going between them or something. I was right up to check. I slipped calmly and quietly into the kitchen for a minute and told her to just keep bringing out food. I figured they wouldn't notice, caught up in their boasting as they were. I wanted to listen. They went back and forth for hours about all the deep and dangerous dives they'd been on, new tunnels they'd discovered, all the weird creatures they'd encountered at the weird steps of Lake Leith. I was like a dance, no, like a boxing match. Each story went deeper than last. I listened to every word of it, memorized every description of every tunnel and diving route they discovered. That's my method now, you see. For 15 years I've been using routes those 2 young divers discussed right here at that table. Yeah, I could write a guidebook. to the depths of this lake, but I don't dare. Someone would steal my good diving spots. And it would be, where would we be? See, people coming from all over just to try our daily catch, 'cause they know it's unique. Ain't you proud? Since I can't write any of it down, I just preserved that table where they had their meal so I could look at it to jog my memory, like they were eating pickled crab when they talked about that shipwreck full of salamanders. Pretty clever, huh? That's my own secret code. Well, I'll be straight with you, Silent Grey Eel. There is one feature of this arrangement that I find unsettling. In fact, I lose a decent amount of sleep over it. Told you those boys were competing, right? One-upping each other. I mean, each getting wilder and more adventurous as the trade of tales. Well, I navigate mostly in the dark down there, just going by touching a kind of mental picture I can construct from the detailed boast. And every time I explore a new diving spot from those recollections, I have to weigh it all against the risk that I'm headed right into a dangerous falsehood. One of those men could have felt too for a moment like he was losing some ground in their little duel. So he could have slipped a fake one in there. Maybe told a fib about some dive he went on and found a colony of blonde shrimp living in the discarded refrigerator. When I get down there, a diving bell cracks open and a sharp rock where I said that fridge would be. And that's the end of Sam with Sam and Idas. Then it'll just be Ida and Idas. To be honest, that possibility puts the fear of death in me every time I touch water. Now, hey there, folks. I'm Sam from Sam and Idas. I'm in for the latest catch. Hey, Sam. Good haul tonight? We'll see what she can make of it. Yeah, pretty good, I think. I hit the trouble down by a narrow tunnel, some kind of fast-growing freshwater barnacles. Just about sealed it up. Picked away for half an hour before I gave up and went around the other way. But I got the catch of the day. That's the important part. That's what people travel for.
What's the catch today? Pretty cold here for diving, right? Were there a lot of fish in this lake? It seems so quiet. What's the catch today?
This here's the Silent Grey Eel, mopey, sandpapery old steel. I don't know how she'll fix him, but that sandpaper quality ought to do something for, what do they call it? Texture, mouthfeel. When you stay for a drink, I've got a dark rum that goes well with coffee.
Conway comes running up the staircase. Did somebody say alcohol? Where's the alcohol? It's a bit early for me. I think we're about to leave, but thanks.
Just passing through. Hey, aren't we all? Oh, she's got your food ready. You all enjoy your meal, all right?
No, we got some music. The Bedfield Ramblers play This World Is Not My Home. Quite a picture here. Oh, there's the musician, I think. Yep, there's the music guys. I think that'll be where we end today. As we listen to the songs of the passing by guys. Yeah, thanks for everybody who came by and joined. Thank you, Donla, Wolfies, and Catherine. Hope you all enjoyed hanging out. I should be back tomorrow. I think I am going to start streaming an hour later than I have been. So I'll probably start at the same time as I have. So I'm altering a little bit because so many of the things I have to do have started popping up to where I rarely get enough time where I feel like I get to rest enough between doing stuff and doing the stream. So I'll most likely start streams at the 1 o'clock my time now instead. Because it fits a little bit better with all the scheduling and all this stuff. But yeah, thanks to everybody who came by. Hope you all have a good rest of your day, morning, evening, whatever it is in your time zones.
I'll be back tomorrow. Alright, bye bye now. Enjoy some nice art as we end.